Welcome back to SnowRunner and welcome back to Mountain River in Alaska. Today we're in the Western Star 6900 Twinsteer and we are trying to complete the bridge. Now, I said a few things in a couple of episodes where we thought and believed that when you go and get an item from one of the areas in Mountain River, the number next to the item was how many they had. That's wrong. It's not the case. I believe the number is showing how many slots it takes up. So we need 2 more service spare parts and then we can fix the bridge. Whereas previously on the map, if you go to the service hub, it says service spare parts times 1. So I believed that was only 1 there. But as you can see, we've just got 2 out of there. So I've made a massive mistake currently on this map because we could have got lots of things done before now if I'd known we could, if the number wasn't what I thought it was, if that makes sense. So we've got the 2 service spare parts now on board. We're going to go and deliver these to the bridge and that will restore the bridge to working order, and then that means we can get across to the other side. And then I'm going to plan on doing the pipeline because that will give us access also to the other side of this map. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I don't understand why I made the mistake. No one corrected me either. I've said it a couple of times that no one's ever said so far in the comments, by the way, that number isn't what you think it is. So we've learnt from our mistake at least and figured out actually that number is how many slots it takes up on a trailer, not how many they have in stock essentially. So here we are at the bridge. We can now deliver these 2 and get the bridge redone. And that is restoring the bridge complete. It should have been done ages ago. For those that aren't aware as well, the reason we're in the Western Star 6900 Twinsteer is because the Pacific P15 is still on its side. We did try in the last episode to get it to back on its wheels, and we just didn't have the strength in the Scout 800 to do so, so we couldn't manage it. So we've brought the Twinsteer here so we can actually get some stuff done. So next plan, mountain pipeline building. We need metal beams, they're from the factory, service spare parts, service hub, medium and small pipes. Now, we can get them from the warehouse just there, but I'm pretty sure the other warehouse has them. It's not going to let me change over to a different place to pick them up, is it? That's that one, that's that one. I don't think it's going to actually give me what I want. So that's, yeah, there we go. So it has them there. You can see the numbers that I mistook for what they were. So I think service hub first. Pick up the 2 service spare parts, drop them to the pipeline area, then we'll go to the warehouse, the far one, get the pipes, two different pipes, and get them to the pipeline, and we'll do the metal beams from the factory last. I think that makes sense, and it's kind of like we're going to go round in a kind of a circle kind of thing to get it done, I think. Hopefully this works the way I think it will. We will see. You may be wondering why I'm reversing out there. So the problem with the Twinsteer that I found previously is because you can't connect the trailer to it, it is a fixed back trailer. You can't change any of the trailer. Some corners can be quite tricky to get round, and admittedly I struggle with reversing trailers anyway that aren't fixed. This one is a lot easier to reverse because it's a fixed axle. It doesn't go where you don't think it's going to go. It's going to go straight. Problem with that is when you try and take a corner, and I tend to take them far too tight for having a trailer on the back. For this one, it's even worse. You have to make sure you get that right, otherwise you're not going to get through the gap. The trailer's going to get caught. So even here, we've took it wide, but we're still not going to get in there. We need to change the angle of approach, essentially. I do find this a lot easier to reverse, though. It's more the corners that I struggle with a little bit with this, and it's just getting the right angle to actually get in there. There we go, done it in the end. And just trying not to catch the edge. But yeah, I do find this a lot easier to manoeuvre when it's come to reversing, which does make a big difference, I feel. But service spare parts times 2, that's all we need. So let's get them on the back. What else do they have? Ah, okay, I just wondered what else they had here, to be fair. Okay, I think we reverse out of here, back onto the road. And then we will travel along, go and get some fuel. It's always good to top up whenever you get a chance. Although, I don't know, we don't really need it, we'll see. When we go past it, we'll make a decision. And then where the fuel station is, we're going to take a right, and that's where the pipeline area is to rebuild it. Or is it rebuild or build? I think we're building it for the first time. It looks like it's in bits, but I thought it collapsed, but I don't think it has. We'll see. I'm sure it'll tell us at some point. But yeah, today is about getting things done. That's my plan today. We want to get as much done as possible mission-wise. We've also got 2 watchtowers still to unlock. And there's probably missions and stuff still to find. There's also an upgrade I wouldn't mind grabbing if we can in the Scout 800. It's literally opposite the Scout 800. So we'll try and do that as well, hopefully today. That's the plan anyway. Depending on time, that's the other thing. But I think this loop we're going to do makes sense. So if we head down here, we can now drop off the service spare parts. And then we can head to the warehouse for the pipes. It's weird that when you click on a mission and you can click on the bits you need to pick up, it tells you where to get them from. But it doesn't change that location if you click it more than once, if there's more than one location that supplies that product. You would think that if you pressed it the first time, it takes you to one place that has that product. And if you press it a second time, it takes you to a different place that also has the product. For some reason, it doesn't seem to do it. I don't know if that's just me, but I kind of feel that's an obvious thing that maybe would make life a little bit easier. I must admit, though, I do manually check what bits have what. Mainly because I forget and I just want to keep checking to make sure we're in the right place. But yeah, for some reason it doesn't do that. Now, to try and turn around back down there would have been a nightmare. So we're reversing out. Obviously a lot slower than we would be going forwards, but I think trying to turn down there would have been a nightmare. The trailer that's still stuck here, this was the Pacific P16's trailer. We will be using it hopefully once we get the Pacific P16 back on its wheels. It is annoying me that it's in the middle of the road at the minute, but I can't change it until we get the P16 up and running again. And it may be a case if we can't get it back on its wheels, we may have to get it back to the garage and then come back here with it just to move the trailer. Even if we just go and sell the trailer, we still need it to be moved. I don't know, we might have something else that can, but the Twinsteer here that we're driving now can't move that trailer, can't do anything with it. So it's kind of stuck there until we get another vehicle here or get the Pacific P16 upright, which I'm not sure. But we'll take a right hand turn here. Again, we're going to have to try and change our angle of approach to allow us to get the whole vehicle round. But this down here should be the warehouse, if I've got my directions correct. Can we get around there? Always getting caught in the inside barrier. Just see the angle slightly wrong there. Hence why we're getting caught. So even though this is easier, I find this easier to drive than a loose axle trailer. I don't know what the real name is. I don't think loose axle is correct, but that's the name I'm using. There's still issues that I have with it, and it's me, not the vehicle, more than anything else. I think the Twinsteer is a brilliant vehicle, as long as we're not going to go too quickly on the roads. I think it's the Twinsteer that we can't change the wheels of. I think the tyres it has that's it. There's no choice. I think. I know there was a vehicle I was looking at before we got back here. I'm pretty sure it was this one, because I was looking at upgrades before we could look out the garage. And I think you can't change the tyres. There's no change or anything on these ones. It is whatever we have to have. So we're going to skid a little bit at times. I think we go too quick. But we're at the warehouse. So we want 1 medium and 1 small pipe. There we go. 2 slots each. Fills the trailer. That's what's so good about Twinsteer. It only has 4 slots on the trailer. 4 slots generally is a decent amount for what you need. Obviously the Pacific P16 trailer that's up there blocking the road, I think that has 6 slots. But currently for what we're doing here, this is fine because we're still going to go in a loop anyway. So we're not going to miss out on grabbing anything because we're missing that 2 slots that the other trailer would give us. That was one of the reasons I picked this vehicle, because it's not a loose axle trailer, it's a fixed axle trailer. That is the big reason I picked this, because I thought with the tight turns and the roads being what they are, this carries enough and we'll have a bit more control over it round corners. That was my thinking. But you can see here we are struggling to actually kind of get this out of this area. Again, it's because we've got to reverse and turn, reverse turn. Oh, caught the end there. No damage though, I don't think. But yeah, I think we're doing okay with it though. Now, got a choice to make here, and I think I know what I'm going to do. As we get a bit closer, we'll have a look at the map, I think, and just double check our plan here. But I'm pretty sure we're going to cut across. Now, the reason for this We could go all the way around, back up to the top, past the trailer and the fuel station, and drop off the pipes there. But then we've got to come back and get round behind the pipeline to go and get metal beams from the factory. So metal beams from the factory there. If we go all the way to the top and back on ourselves, we would then could deliver. But then we'll come back this way to get across. I think this will be better to do it this way. So if there is a cut through just here, just make it out there. We've just gone past it, in fact. If we head down there, hopefully the terrain isn't too bad. And hopefully that will get us across. And once we're on that roadway, we can go up, deliver the pipes, come back on ourselves to the factory, pick up the metal beams, job done. That's kind of my thinking. Saving us going all the way round, back and round and back, and yeah. Although this is a bit muddier than I was expecting. And because I think, I could be wrong, I could be massively wrong here. But because my thinking is that we have to have a certain tyre on this, I don't believe they're mud tyres or anything like that. So again, there are some conditions this vehicle is not good in. Luckily there's lots of trees around to help winch us out though. That's the plus point there really. And it is working. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right in what I'm thinking. I don't remember. I kind of got this out of the garage, annoyed at myself with the Pacific P16, and just thought, sod it, we've got stuff we need to get done. And yeah, I always check for all the upgrades before we get a vehicle out of the garage. And I think I'm right, but I don't know. I'm sure one of you guys will know, to be fair. But we can reverse up here. Save us trying to turn around again and reverse all the way to the factory. It's a shorter reverse point here, so we'll get this done. So that will be the medium and the small pipes, one of each, delivered. And then we just have the metal beams to go. 2 lots of metal beams, and they are from the factory, which is literally down this road on the left. Stop going backwards. Now you can see what I mean by a loop. We've kind of looped around on ourselves, delivered everything we need to deliver. It's worked out really well. So we can take a left turn here, and that'll be the metal beams. And then we can just head back up there. We should be able to turn around here as well. Then we can head back up. We've made it. We've made the turn. Not quite. Head back up and deliver them, and that should be complete. Unless there's another part of this we don't know of yet. Pretty sure that's job done. Because normally it does tell you if there's extra parts. It's not like Roadcraft where you do a mission, you think you've done it, and the next bit of that mission will then appear. This does tell you in advance. Part 1, Part 2 kind of thing. But I think we've done well here. We've already done the bridge. This will be the pipeline up and running. I think we've done, that's 2 jobs out of the way. And they're aiming every episode, as I said previously, is at least 1 mission an episode. That way we're actually achieving things, still moving forward, and stuff like that. So this will be number 2 mission today done. Oh, that's close to the edge. We made it though, so it's all good. I knew it'd make it. I knew it'd make it. But yeah, mission number 2 is just about done. The 2 lots of metal beams we can now drop off. And once they're dropped off, that is a job done. Right, we're now going to jump into the Scout 800. We've still got the trailer attached. We're going to get rid of that shortly. But there is an upgrade right near here. So as long as we can get this turned around, we'll grab the upgrade first, and then we'll make a plan. I think we want to try and get the 2 watchtowers that are remaining on this map done, so we can see more of what's going on around us. And also show up any missions we haven't been near yet as well. Most of it is going to be over the other side after fixing the bridge, to be fair. So that's kind of the area we need to head to. There is a couple of missions still this side of the bridge, but we'll get to those when we can. I just thought best thing now is to get the upgrade done, and then watchtowers. We've completed 2 missions already. Do the watchtowers too, and I think that's a decent episode in terms of what we've achieved. But this is the upgrade here. Let's see what it's going to be. So it's an engine. Ah, okay. It's the Westline V6 2350T, and it is for the Fleet Star and the White Western Star. Okay, that's pretty good. So the Fleet Star can have a new engine, and the White Western Star can have a new engine too. More excited about the Fleet Star, to be fair. The Fleet Star, for those who haven't watched much of this series, it's one of the first vehicles you have in Michigan, the starter map, and it is incredible from the start. It's always been our workhorse, our go-to, you know, our favourite vehicle to use because it's so durable. it does have an issue, or several issues, but one of them is it's not very powerful when it comes to picking up big bits of equipment. We have used it for delivering massive great pipelines that it has no right to move, and the front wheel's off the floor quite a lot. We've had that with it previously. Now we've got other bigger vehicles, we don't have to do that with it, but it is very good because there's a crane as well, attachment on it as well. It can carry two what are they called? 2 spaces worth of stuff. I'm not sure spaces is the correct wording, but 2 of those. So it is a go-to. So actually to give it more power could be really handy. And the white Western, I can't remember what that's already got in it, but an increase in power generally is good, although it can lead to more fuel usage, and that's what we found with the Scout 800. So we upgraded the Scout 800, I think before the last episode, to the biggest engine it has. And yes, it's increased its power output, but it has also increased its fuel usage, which is fine for a scout vehicle the majority of the time, especially when you can carry extra fuel with you. But again, it's still something, an extra concern we have to have that we wouldn't normally have with the old engine. It was, it was fine with the old engine, but because we're using a trailer in the last episode with fuel on it for our mission, we kind of thought bigger engine, more power, able to pull trailer better. We soon learned, and I'm telling you basically what happened in the last episode, to be fair, we soon learned that more power with the Scout 800 and a trailer that is loaded isn't better. The Scout trailer was handy for what we needed to use it for, so we didn't come here empty-handed, but at the same time it was shocking. It really was, and we struggled massively, but we did persevere and achieve what we wanted to achieve, but it was still annoying and frustrating. So we're going to get rid of that trailer in a second, and then we're going to head to the watchtowers, I think is the plan. And we tested it. I think some scout vehicles with the trailer will be fine. I don't think scout trailers themselves are bad, but the Scout 800 isn't exactly powerful. It's generally top heavy, and I tend to roll it a lot, as most of you know. So we tried with the trailer. It did what we needed to do, but we could have been quicker if we didn't have the trailer on. But then we wouldn't have the things deliver either, though. So it's kind of one of those, isn't it? If we hadn't had the trailer, we wouldn't have been able to deliver what we did. But the trailer makes the vehicle worse. Right, we are nearly out of fuel. I think we've got some in the boxes on top, but we'll try and get to the petrol station, fuel station. It's petrol station in the UK. We'll try and get to the fuel station and just refill. I think we'll make it. I think it might be quite close, actually. We might be coasting in on fumes by the end of this. Let's see. Can we get there in time? Downhill section, though. That's helpful. I don't think I've ever been this close to running out of fuel. Oh, no, we've run out of fuel in vehicles, to be fair. It has happened. I've never had to coast into a fuel station, though, because we've run out. But I think we're going to make it, actually. There we go. Fuel station's there. Yeah, we're good. Easy. No problem at all, to be fair. Right, let's get this refueled, and then we can head to the trailer store by the factory and sell the scout trailers on the back currently. And then from there, we'll look at these watchtowers, and see if we can get those done as well. I think that's a decent plan, to be fair. Right. This is the pipeline road that we just fixed, or built. I think it was built rather than fixed, to be fair. Oh, yeah, we left the Twinsteer in the way. Why are the bollards still there? You'd think the bollards wouldn't be there, considering it's now bollards, fences, whatever you want to call them. You'd think they wouldn't be there, considering it's now built. But they are. So, I've had issues previously in the past, though, with fences like this. You hit them at too quick a speed, they can do some massive suspension damage. Even though they look little things that you can just run through. Still got to be careful of them. I don't know what causes the suspension damage when you do it, but there is something there that catches it out. So, factory, sell the trailer in the trailer store, and then we'll plot our way to the first watchtower. Now, we haven't been this side of the map that much. We've seen the sawmill and been to it once, I believe. Maybe last episode before. And we've been here because of the last mission. I think that's it. I don't think we've been across. Yes, we've just fixed the bridge. We haven't been across that bridge yet either. So, we haven't really done much down this side of the map. The south part, I think you call it. But let's sell the trailer. There we go, money back. We could have dumped the trailer somewhere, but it's money that we could keep rather than just waste. I know Michigan's got loads of traders still sitting around. If we ever run short of money, we're heading out to Michigan to sell all the traders. Because that's a go-to fund, that one. Not that we spend money much, to be fair. Other than tyres, we very rarely spend money now. We are still looking at vehicles to buy that you can't find in-game or can't find on any map. The problem I'm finding is getting a comprehensive list together, because some of the DLCs are included in that list, and I don't want the DLC vehicles until that specific DLC we start that DLC. And there's so many DLCs, so many vehicles, so many bonus packs you can get. It's tricky to kind of work out what we can and can't buy, because we did say we wouldn't buy a vehicle, and then we decided, well, actually, if you can't find it on any map, then it makes sense to buy it, so we can still use it. The aim is to have one of every vehicle eventually by the end of this. Maybe 5 years from now, to be fair. The amount of DLC they're adding for SnowRunner, we could be here a very long time. In fact, we will be here a very long time. You know, what is this? This is episode 92 overall. 13th in Mountain River. No, 13th in Alaska. 93rd, did I say? Yeah, 92nd overall. I keep a note on what's what. Yeah, so we've done quite a few so far. That 100th episode will be interesting. I'm not too sure. I haven't got any plans for it. Obviously, we'll just do what we can. But yeah, 92 episodes and 13th in Alaska. You can kind of work out how many Michigan took, considering that's the base starter map. We didn't really have many issues, I don't think, with Michigan. I enjoyed the map. The annoying thing was, by the time you finish a map, an area, you then, by that point, you know the map, generally by heart, and then you move map and it's like, I'm starting afresh. That's what I found. But this Alaska, especially this part of Alaska, Mountain River, is really easy, to be fair. There's nothing really to remember. It's all really easy to remember because you've got the top of above the bridge or below the bridge. Although we haven't done a massive amount below the bridge yet. So it could all confuse me, but I think it's going to be fairly straightforward. And most of the tracks aren't too bad in most vehicles, to be fair. Even the mud tracks, yes, they're icy, yes, they're slippy because of the snow. They're okay. It's when you go off the tracks and the snow catches you out, that's when you can get yourself in trouble. Or if you take the roads too quick round a corner, you'll spin. I've done that a couple of times. But other than that, I think generally this isn't too bad. And I think the first Alaska map as well wasn't too bad either. So we should be right with these two. Obviously, there are I think, is it one or two more maps for Alaska still to go to. We kind of try and wait until there's a mission for us to do there that needs us to go. Or we get everything else done first. One of the two. But, yeah, generally I think we're doing okay. And as I say, we try to aim for one mission episode. We've done 2 already today. We're trying to get the watchtowers done as well, which open up more stuff to do. And the 2 missions we've done, I think one was side and one was main, I believe. Main being the 3 companies that give you missions. I count those as main missions, and everything else, the tasks, are generally side missions, aren't they, really? But yeah, I think one of each, not bad. Plus opening up the map should be quite good for us. And then, as I say, we haven't got much more to do in this one currently. And we're going to move on to the one we've already started on, or a different place along the lines. We'll work it out, I don't know. I try and have a plan for every episode, what we plan to achieve. And generally, it either goes badly wrong, or I forget and change my mind. It's so easy to do so. But this is what I've said it before, this is one of the games that I really, really enjoy. I think because of this is why I enjoy Roadcraft so much, to be fair. Anyway, enough blabbering. First watchtower. Let's get it activated and see what is around. Watchtower done. Now we'll see what new. Okay, so there's one mission. Is that it? Working stiff. Supposedly that's the only thing locally. Okay. Well, it looks at the road. I think we're going past that anyway, so we can pick that up at least, so we know what we're going to do for it in future. There's a bit of a dodgy bit there. I don't know what that is showing on the map. Is it a collapse or snowfall or something? We're going to get to that watchtower over there. We kind of might as well keep going straight from where we are and go north and round, and we'll pick up the working stiff mission on the way. but it all depends on what this little area on the map is actually going to do. Because it looked, I don't really know what it was trying to signify on the map. It looked like the road had been covered over with an avalanche maybe. But if it's obviously too deep, we're not going to get through it. So easy to get caught out by the snow on this. As I say, it keeps the tracks nice and simple. Off-road, not so much. But let's see what this is. It should be coming up in a minute, I think. I'm curious to what... Oh, okay. It's ice. That on the map made me think this route was going to be blocked. I thought this would be a lot worse than what it was. Or would require materials to fix an avalanche or a load of rocks coming down. We've had that on previous maps, to be fair. But yeah, that wasn't anywhere near as bad as I first thought, looking at the map, to be fair. Okay, got some buildings around. And the working stiff mission is here on the left. There's a vehicle there as well. Do we have to deliver the vehicle, maybe? Obviously, if we can do it now, we'll do it now. Let's have a look. Firstly, take the mission. Oh, wow. Okay. One of the rewards for doing the working stiff mission is we gain a new vehicle, the Caterpillar 745C. It looks an interesting vehicle. It looks similar to Pacific P16 in terms of size, I would say. It's quite a heavy duty vehicle, but we need to fix it up and then deliver it to the sawmill. Now the problem we have is we can carry some parts, but I don't think we've got enough. Yeah, we don't have enough to fix it now, annoyingly. We're going to have to come back, I think. I wonder if we can get some parts done, and then maybe we can drive. I don't know if we have to tow it or drive it, to be fair. Can we? It's got plenty of fuel. Yeah, it's got plenty of fuel. I don't think we can drive it, to be fair. Despite us fixing it, I don't think it's doable. I think we're towing it. Yeah, nothing's happening when we come up. So we can't drive it. Unless it has to be 100% fixed first, maybe. I was thinking maybe we just get it running. And then we can take it. But I think the whole point of the mission is to get it to 100%, I'm fairly sure. And we obviously can't do that. So we're going to need to bring back a service trailer, I would have said. Hopefully it holds the amount we need. But I think that's the most sense. So we'll come back and do this. Obviously, always excited for having a new vehicle to use, to be honest. So yeah, try and get that done sooner rather than later, I think. Might need... the problem we're going to have, though, I don't think the scout trailers that can carry parts will carry enough. I'm not sure. Okay, the little area here. See the camper vans, motorhomes. I don't know what you actually call them. Just making sure there's nothing here, trailer or otherwise, to pick up. Doesn't look like there is. It's always worth checking these places, I think. But yeah, the fixed back vehicle that we started today on, that won't be able to do anything with a service trailer, I don't think, unless we winch it. Scout can carry a Scout service trailer. I'm pretty sure won't be enough parts. It may be 2 journeys, although we're only coming from the factory, because there's a trader store by the factory, isn't there? So actually we could potentially, with the Scout, go and get the trailer, fill the top up as well, and then go and fix the parts we can with the Caterpillar, and then if we need to, head back to the trader store. Oh no, we can't top up the Scout stuff, but we can get a service trailer from the trader store. I was going to say, there's no garage here, is there? So there's no topping up the Scout stuff in terms of parts to fix other vehicles, because we've used them all now. We need a service trailer, so maybe 2. But the good thing about trailers in this is that if you buy one, use it, you can then just resell it for the same money. I would have thought, and I'm surprised I haven't done it. People would find it frustrating, admittedly. You buy a trailer, when you return it second hand, you shouldn't get as much money for it as you did the first time. Same as fuel trailers. You get a fuel trailer from the trailer store, it's full of fuel. If you use all that fuel, you shouldn't be the same price to sell it back, should it? It should be a lot lower. So because that way they've got to re-buy the fuel for the vehicle. It's a bit of I wouldn't say a cheat or glitch. It's whether it's on purpose or not, I don't know. But it is just one of those things that you could, and I wouldn't say we've overutilised it, but in Michigan there were some long journeys that we needed fuel for by the time we got to somewhere, like the top of the mountain. So we always put a fuel trailer there to use, and when it ran out of fuel, we'd just swap it with someone else, another fuel trailer, and it wouldn't lose money. That's the thing. Okay, we've got the entrance here. This is to White Valley, so that's somewhere new we need to go to, and we need to keep following this road round. It's a watchtower. So White Valley's there. Obviously, we'll have to have a look at that in due course. As I said, we're trying to wait till a mission kind of pushes us to go there, kind of thing. I think that's the better way, or we run out of missions. But yeah, it's. What was I saying? Service trailers. Service trailers, I think. Was it service trailers? I don't know. I lost my train of thought because we found the White Valley entrance. Oh yeah, prices of traders selling back, and then yeah, I just think there's an issue. It's not an issue, but I just think it can be abused. I know it's a single player game unless you play with your mates. I get that. So whatever you want to do is what you want to do. We try not to abuse it as much as possible. But again, if we need 2 service trailers, we'll use one, sell it back, get the other one. Is that abusing the system? I don't know, to be fair. Problem we have is I'm pretty sure the Twinsteer can't tow a trailer. Pacific P16 is currently on its side. And the Scout can carry a Scout version of trailers. It's just whether that is enough. So I'm not sure, to be fair. Okay. That's a mission we already have, isn't it? I think so. Right. No, it's a trader store. Sorry, what am I thinking? It's a trader store. So we could always get the service trailer from here if we wanted to go back up and do working stiff. I don't know. I lost my train of thought massively there. Watchtower is just across here. There is a road. If we go back down our road, we can go round and do it. But I think, what's the point in going all the way around when we just go across? Now, this is going to go really well or really badly, and I don't know which one. Because there is a lot of snow here. But I'm hoping the Scout 800 can just nip across to where the watchtower is. And then that's job done, watchtower found. Either that, or this is a massive error of judgment and we should have stayed on the road and just gone round and took a bit longer. Let's see how we go. Come on. Come on, Scout. Show us how good you are. There is a track here, though, to be fair. There's a little bit of a track. Okay, we're struggling to move. The snow is now deeper, hence the struggle. I wonder if without the upgraded engine, would this actually do what it can do in the snow? Because we are making a slight bit of progress onto the track there, and the watchtower's just there in the distance. But yeah, I wonder if the upgraded engine makes a massive difference in terms of being in the snow here, to be fair. Hadn't thought about it till just now. Right, we're here. Watchtower time. Let's get activated and see what's around, shall we? Once we're in the box, anyway. And that is Watchtower complete. So the upgrade location has been discovered. I'm sure there'll be loads of other missions to let them catch up for a minute here as well. We are just about out of time for today, I think. Let's have a quick look on the map once it actually moves on. There we go, objectives. We'll have a look at the map, see what it's showing up, and then we'll have to wait until the next episode to do more, I think. But at least that is now the whole map found, and we can now see everything. So that's something at least. There we go. Zoom out and we can see a lot more. Is that something there? Why does that look like there's something there? I don't know. Anyway, missions. So there's a couple of things there to do and pick up. That's actually near where we are now. And there's things further down. The timed ones are there as well. Oh, that's working stiff, the other one, though, actually. To be fair, we wouldn't know about that one. But that is the whole map now opened up. We can see everything there is to see on the map. So now we just need to crack on with more missions. But today's been really good. We've got one main mission done, one side mission, both watchtowers found, and an upgrade as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, a like on the video does really help the channel. And we'll be back next time as we continue on in SnowRunner in Alaska.